Hey, welcome to another episode of Easy Sports. And today I'm joined by Sam, Melly. Gentlemen, how are
What
you
up?
guys doing?
Too good, bro. Too good. And you?
I know, for a change, man. Like, it feels good to shoot this week because on Monday I was meant to shoot. Nothing happened. What happened is that load shedding went overboard. It was meant to go for 2 hours, okay, but it actually went for four accidentally. So it's ESCOM who forgot about us. Then
Damn.
yesterday as well, stage six, bruh, out of the fucking blue. Yo, no,
Bro,
but I'm just sad. I'm happy
I've
that
been
I'm in
hearing
the
about
third
stage
position.
six.
Yeah, even you
Sounds
guys don't
fun.
experience that. Nah, Nino's me.
I call load shedding upper.
And then you, Sam.
Yeah, man. I'm hundreds on my side. My little humble brag is I also don't experience that. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm fine, dog.
No, guys, I need to move. I need to move into your areas because Tinabasi is ala. Yo, Abasi is. But
I can
anyway,
imagine.
guys, today's episode, it's about the great Manchester United. Before we even start, now I just have a question for you guys. I'll start off with you, Zweli.
Yes, sir.
Uh, as far as your expectations are concerned, do you think that our coach has met, has met your expectations, or is pretty much hasn't yet met them? I just wanted to check with you.
Personally, for me, he's like surpassed my expectations
Yeah,
like tenfold. I say this because of the disappointment that I've had with the previous managers who have come with deeper CVs, you know? Excuse me. So Ten Hag coming through and doing what he's done, and not only on the pitch, off the pitch, handling situations like big players, Ronaldo, small stuff like that. People tend to oversee and
look,
not
yeah,
really, yeah, overlook. That's the word. Sorry, overlook and not really give credit for. So Ten Hag for me, bro, he's shattered all my expectations. Um, but I also want to keep my bum on the ground. I don't want to be in the air now in the clouds thinking that everything's gonna be amazing. I saw a tweet. I mean, I saw a post on Instagram that said, "Can Manchester United contend for the title?" And that made me so angry because I was like, guys, can we
yeah.
just stay
Oh,
humble and enjoy the fact that we're within top four?
are you sure it's not Sam's tweet? Like, it's not
Ah,
Sam who
Sam,
tweeted
was it
that.
you? Sam, was it you?
No,
Yeah, yeah. So
no, it
yeah,
wasn't.
over to you, Sam.
Yeah, man, same, man. I think, yeah, I feel the same. I think if you get a manager who can take you on 8 games, 7 games, it is very rare. And I think the thing that we were missing all this time was we showing up against the top six. Even during Ollie's time, it was never really a thing for us. I think we always got something out of those games. It was these games where you expect us to win, where there was always a late draw or a loss here and there. So finding a manager who can at least get that right, get and also not just right, but you can also see our performances in the games. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
there's a clear, difference to us showing up as a top team. So for now, yeah, everything is going okay. Happy,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. You're
and
also
you?
applying the force of gravity 9.8, Jael. Yes, Sam.
So I don't know what that is. Keeping myself grounded.
Yeah, have you watched? Did you do physics, bro? Sam, you did physics, no?
Yeah, I did. It was a long time ago. A long time
Yeah,
ago.
but force of gravity is 9.8. Yeah. But I'm just saying, yeah.
And
thought
you,
maybe
X?
you were killing it. With me, guys, personally, I I feel like he's over he's superseded my expectations. Like he's the first, yeah, he's the I think he sets a record, the fastest manager to 20 victories.
20. Yeah,
Yeah. So it's 20 in 27 games. That is a
it's incredible.
crazy, you know what I mean? Like, and as well, when I look at the team, and I look at the sort of players that we've also signed. One thing I've noticed with Ten Hag, he's got a strategy in who he brings in. Like
Yeah,
he either buys a player that he's worked with, or he goes for a player with personality per se. Like
yeah,
there's a certain sort of personality that he wants. It's like even with this guy that we're gonna sign, Uba New Verghorst. I'm not
yeah,
saying that I'm happy with the acquisition, but I look at the guy's attitude because I've been, of course, online reading articles about him and what sort of personality he has. He's very like aggressive and stern. He's those type of
yeah.
players that he wanna win. And they wanna play for the manager. And as well, they worked together at FC 20. Yeah, so he actually
I didn't
knows
know
the
that. Thank you.
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
didn't.
Hey man, I've been reading guys about this
Mm.
yeah, about this. But yeah, like for me, it's great, bro. Like I'm enjoying my team. I watched them even last night. It was a hard fought 3-0 victory, but hey, it's a win. I mean, we scoring goals, we're not conceding for like I think in the last 7 games, we've only conceded one goal.
Is it?
Five.
It's one.
Is it one?
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
since
Sorry, it's
we've
one.
come back. Yeah, since we've came back from the World Cup, it's only one
Yeah,
goal. And it's crazy that we've played like 7 games, bro. Like games are just coming in thick and fast. I just feel like the the PFA don't want us to fucking rest, because our squad is
yeah,
also very thin. So for
And they
me,
and they put a Palace game. Did you see in the middle of?
dude,
yeah.
that was
Oh,
wrong. You see that
I
one?
saw.
It's
Yeah,
it's match
they actually,
fixing.
they actually came out and said, "Hade, hade, hade,
yeah. Apologized. Yeah.
hade," but you play.
No, no, you don't do that, Chief. Like Tina, like that's why my feet are. You see, I'm also applying 9.8 because we just the Casemiro injury away from McFrey, dog. And
Yeah.
that's the reason why I'm quiet. I am not tweeting. Everyone who asks me about Man United, I'm like, I know, so far so good. That's the only response I give because I know on which our squad is so thin, but we need players, man. And yo, like, of course, we're getting a striker, Verghorst. How do you guys feel about this Verghorst guy? I'll start with you, Meli. Oh,
Before I speak about
yeah.
Vegas, I just want to go back to the game. Was it yesterday? The game yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah,
Another thing, another thing that I'll give credit to Uten Hag, right, is that with our squad being so thin, he still managed to make an A and B side, which with other coaches for me has been tough to realize. Like, let's say we're playing EFLs.
yeah,
Louis van Gaal would start our first team, and I'm like, bro, why aren't you starting the guys that are usually on the bench? You know what I'm saying? So in
yeah,
terms of player management, I don't know, dog. Ten Hag has just been hitting it out the park every time. Even like
yeah.
he's giving kids a chance, which other coaches
Man,
haven't been doing.
look at one
Yeah,
Pasaka, bruh. One
yeah,
Pasaka
bro.
is decent.
Hey,
So with regards
you
to
should,
Vegas, I think the
yeah.
one thing that I like about him also, X, like you mentioned,
Yeah,
is his personality, and I feel like he's not a star, which is what I like. I don't like signing big players anymore because big players come to our club and they don't work as hard. I feel like Vegas will come and maybe have a point to prove. And with him not being a big players in our team who think they're big players, i.e. Martial, have to step up now. They're gonna have to see, okay, my position's under threat. I have to work hard. So not only is his acquisition to fill the position, but I feel like his attitude, his presence
yeah,
is going to bring a certain form of competition to the club, and I really like that. And obviously, Rashford's banging in goals and also wants to play in the middle. Now
yeah,
it's gonna be more competition, which is what I love.
yeah. Sam, do you
Yeah.
want to add something, bro?
Yeah, I mean, him coming in is just also shows you the kind of buy-in a manager has because United signing a striker who's been loaned out by Burnley, which is a championship side, is something that is crazy if you kind of
Unheard
think
of.
think about it,
Yeah,
So that kind of just shows you the buy-in that Eric has at the moment, that he can even bring such a player and say, it's a player for me. And like you're saying, the signings which he has brought in, our Licha, you can also see they were bought for persona as well,
Yeah,
like you were saying. But it's also to say he knows how to work with them.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, also showing that that number nine role is a role we have been failing to find someone who can score us goals. Um, if you think about
yeah,
Kun Aguero, if you think about Diogo Costa, if you think
yeah,
about like you think about all these top teams, they've got that one player who they can look at and say, okay, this is our guy. And yeah, I know we'll speak about Marcus later, but then I don't know if he wants to turn into that guy. But then that number nine slot for us has been a problem, bro. Odion
yeah,
came in. We brought in
yeah,
that guy. We brought in Zlatan. We've brought
yeah,
in. Look, we've tried, but yeah, it hasn't really worked. Then
yeah. But for me, I think Zlatan wasn't so bad. I think Zlatan did a great job. It's just that he got injured. Personally,
yeah. No,
that's how
that's
I
something.
feel.
I
But as
agree.
well, guys, we in an era. I feel like the era that we are in, guys, especially the younger generation. The best strikers are old, bro. Excluding Haaland. Haaland is the
Yeah,
only anomaly out of the young strikers that is actually hot. You know, should I also put Mbappe in that bracket, even though he's a wide forward as a
no,
striker
don't
per
put
se?
him in. Don't
Yeah,
put him in.
but I'm just saying, like number nines, bro. Like when
that's a
you
good
look,
point.
yeah, the
Mm,
best number nines, dog. Like when we were growing up, guys, we were the 2000s, bro. The 2000s, there were plethora. Like there was every top team had a fire number nine. We had Van
mm,
Yeah,
Nistelrooy, Arsenal had Henry, Liverpool had Owen. Um, who's this? Ubani, Newcastle, Shearer. You see what I'm
sure.
saying? Like even when you go overseas, you go to your AC Milan, Crespo, Shevchenko, and then in Juve they had Trezeguet, Del Piero, Inter
Exactly.
had Alvaro Racoba, like and Christian Vieri, like the era that when we were growing up, that's the era of gunmen. I always say that. We've now moved into the pace and power era, bruh. Like
yeah,
it's no longer about your technical ability. It's now all about physicality. Like how are you physically? Like when you look at Haaland physically, hey, Haaland he's something else, man. That guy is just pace and power and finishing,
yeah.
combined all in one. So when I think of the next best striker, especially who's around Haaland's age, I can't really think of one. Like Osman from Napoli is doing well at Napoli, but his numbers, aren't like Harry Kane, for instance. And Harry Kane happens to be in our cahoots with Harry Kane, Sam. He's like 29, 30, going upwards, yeah, bro, Sam. So that's why I'm hey man, that department, bro, it's gonna be tough for us. We had Greenwood, but unfortunately, Homeboy decided to do what he. You see
Yep.
what I'm saying? Imagine if this kid was still around, he'd be banging in goals. He'd be banging in goals, bro. He'd be one of the best strikers in Europe, in my opinion, because he
Agreed.
get the supply. But now, ish, finding that striker, because I even saw in the TL people were complaining, saying Vogels this, Vogels that, but I just trust my coach, bro. Even if he brings Tamsanga Kapuza from Supersport, I know Homeboy can come in and do a job because he knows how to use them. Yeah, 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 yeah. But
I've
yeah,
just
guys. Yeah,
X, can I just ask an interesting point just to bring it back home
yeah,
there? When it comes to forwards, right? Because we now have these distinctions in terms of coaching where you've got specialist coaches. Are we
yeah.
giving our boy any, props here? Because
Hey, we have to.
Benny, Benny's guy is scoring now. Huh?
Yo,
True,
I know
true.
his guy is scoring, man. It's also Zweli's guy because you remember the time when we were doing the tier lists.
Oh yeah,
Zweli wants us to move to the top tier,
I
and
said it
right
should be
now,
there
man,
this season.
yeah, like
This
right
season.
now, it's like, hey man, did you see the first goal, man? How he took that goal, bruh?
yeah, I
The
did.
old
Yeah,
Rashford would have missed that opportunity, bruh. Like there was a bit of because it took two touches, like it was like a quick, think, So from a finishing standpoint, you can clearly see that he's improving. Rashford, and I mean McCarthy, guys, we have to give Benny his dues, man. Like, and I like that United fans are actually worldwide. They're actually giving him that, because whenever I watch other content
Yeah,
creators, they always talk about the impact that Benny McCarthy has had on Rashford, and even mentally, guys, mentally, like he's on a mission, man. He looks like
yeah,
he's on a mission, and he's on 15 goals already in all competitions. I mean,
yeah.
he's gonna get 20 guaranteed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyway, let's move on to Rashford. So, Eli, yeah, I know, Vele, whether you did say what you want to say, but bruh, as far as Rashford is concerned, or how, like, I mean, it's not Sam. We were those guys who were on the fence about Rashford. What made you not be on the fence with Rashford?
For me, right, based on the previous seasons that we've had with Rashford.
Yeah.
Okay, his first, I think, first or second, first two seasons, it was like, wow, this kid's amazing. Then he started to plateau, and then he was
Hmm.
average. But then in him being average, and I compared him to this season, I was like, there's something that's happening here. And I just saw, and X, you talking about his finishing. I'm looking at his all round play. Rashford now is picking the ball up from halfway, running all the way to the other side, still passing. He still has that final product. So I was looking at those small things, and obviously, because I play football, guys, I see all those small things. I don't just see the banging. So
Yeah.
I think when I was watching him this season, I was like, Rashford doesn't seem like in Duana.
Yeah.
He's more mature in the way he plays. His decision making is better. His ex you and I used to tease him that he was just a runner. He was United's
Yeah.
Theo
Pace and
Walcott.
power. PNP.
Yeah, but now his decision making, that like the game yesterday, the fact that he was taking people onto the line, that's something Rashford wouldn't have done. As you said, he would have missed that shot. So I think I saw his all round play, and I said, okay, no, there's something that we should watch here, and I could see that. And I'm not saying because of Benny, and I could see that there's something that's happening behind closed doors. It could be Ten Hag, it could be when Ronaldo was there, it could be stuff that we don't know that was happening behind closed doors that was clearly showing on the pitch. So I want to say shout out to me for saying Rashford should be MVP. I'm amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you, Sam, bro, are you pleased with
um,
Rashford? Or
Hey
did
man,
you
I am a perennial hater, so I will just be honest and say I like him, but I feel like he is one of those who needs support. He's one of those where I don't feel like we can actually win with him being the sole guy giving us goals.
Yeah,
When I look at Liverpool, I look at that trio. It worked so well together. And I always thought about if you were to play with a Firmino only or a Mane only during that time, and I don't think you would get that kind of support you need to win. So, Marcus for me is still like this season he is amazing. I won't lie. Even Izolo when he came in, I'm like, goals are coming, goals are coming. It's
Yeah.
always, it's always, it's always that feel with him now. And I agree with you. That first goal, I actually thought he made like a heavyish touch the
Yeah.
first time I saw it, but I saw it again. I'm like, damn, this guy controlled the ball, which
Yeah.
yeah,
is which is very rare to see. But I also listened to Eric Ten Hag speak. He's like, he's so convinced that Marcus can score. So, but also putting things into thing. I mean, when they were praising him for having scored his sixth goal in his 16 games, Haaland was on 21. So all I'm saying is the competition is hard. So yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No doubt, man. Like, Tina, we still a work in progress, bro. Like, um, I'm just all about being patient with the manager because that's what's required for stability. This thing of chopping and changing managers does not help us at all. And then
We are
so, guys,
not
also,
Chelsea. We are
yeah,
not Chelsea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
about to. My next question the João Felix Shandies. Okay, I spoke to Lamek about João Felix briefly last week. Thinking that he might just come our way, or or even Arsenal. Like I really thought it was either us or Arsenal who were gonna land it, man. So yeah, I'll start off with Sam this time around, man. Like, how do you feel that he's now with Chelsea? Are you fearful of Chelsea? Do you think he'll do well? Yeah,
To be honest, I'm excited because I don't watch all at at Atletico games, but
yeah,
even those which I do watch, sometimes Simeone is so crazy. Yasha, I don't know whether Felix is playing wing back or what. So
yeah,
I'm just excited because I know the boy is such a talent. So all I'm
yeah.
excited about is he plays in the EPL. He's going to get that exposure, and I hope his loan spell goes well because I saw he had to extend first before he left for the loan
Yeah.
spell, and
Yeah.
that guy already signed a 7-year contract there. So I
Death
just
row
feel for him.
contract.
I feel for him. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
on the
Athletic
row
are looking to
contract,
cash
bro.
in. Are
Yeah,
looking to
shoot
cash in,
nice.
but I just feel sorry for him there. And yeah, I mean, Simeone is a different kind of beast. He needs different types of forwards, and Felix is just not one of those for me. But Chelsea as a whole is just interesting because if we follow the whole private equity model of the way they view things, you
Yeah,
can understand what they're doing is they're building for the future. So they look at a certain time period and they'll tell you the goal do is to have won by 2025. X, you would know in the league you watch. They sometimes they're willing to go down places so that they can be number one pick. Americans think differently about sport. So
yeah.
um, yeah, they may stick with Potter, but yeah, it's an interesting place at the moment because it just seems like you're a manager who's been put there and you are being given tools, but I don't know if those tools are speaking to you and the way
Mm,
you want to play.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes, ready?
Um, so I think right now, like literally at this hour, I'm not afraid of Chelsea. But when those injuries are all cleared and everything's back, I feel like Chelsea are gonna have so much gunpowder with Christopher Nkunku, Havertz, Sterling, Joao, Pulisic, Ziyech. It's just there are gonna be so many like players that are gunning out there. So Chelsea might do something, but I don't know. As United, I feel like we've got the formula, as you said, X, as you said,
Yeah.
Sam. Our coach he's got something that he's planning, man. That he's looked at the league, he's looked at the players. I mean, bro, for me, when Casemiro came, I was like, this guy's coming for money. He's like, doesn't care about us. But look what he's
Hey,
doing. You know
hey,
what I'm
you see
saying?
his
And
pass, bro. Hey,
bro,
for the third goal. Hey,
yeah.
hey,
And Casemiro, sorry, now I'm going back to Rashford. Even Casemiro, bro, I saw an interview where he was like, he was genuinely shocked at the way that Rashford plays, you know? So I feel like we've got a plan in place to deal with certain teams. Um, and I'm not afraid of Chelsea. I'm not afraid of anyone right now.
yeah. I,
It's,
guys, I'm gonna be controversial. You
let's
know,
go.
this is not for views, nah. It's just me being controversial. I think Chelsea are the new Man United. Personally, I
Elaborate.
think I think Chelsea are that student that copies other people's homeworks. Even with most of their signings, it's because they copied another club. They saw another club wanting a certain player, and then they're like, you know what? Let's just copy, let's just spin. Because you know that's the issue right now. Because the Glazers are looking to sell. Our wallet to ish, it's not as thick. But once we
Yeah,
get that Arab money, hey man, you know, hey, this not even let me not even jump there. But I get now, like right now, even with Ten Hag, his hands are tied. He's got one hand tied behind his back. And even with him having one arm tied behind his back, he can still fuck up Chelsea, in my opinion. I think he can
agreed.
still from because of the foundation that he's created, you know.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, it's all about having a foundation. You know, Chelsea used to be a club that used to chop and change managers, and the reason why they could do that is because the core of the team was always there. Terry was
yeah,
always there. Lampard was always there. Um, who's this guy, Ivanovic, Ashley Cole. These guys, they played for quite some time together. And so
Yeah.
they could replace managers, but the spine of the team stayed. Now, yeah, now
Right.
it's just it's things are just in disarray. They're just signing players for the sake of signing players without signing players that suit the system. I'm not saying João Felix, like João Felix for me is a talented baller. Like, I would have loved him at Man United, with the system also being behind him. You don't think he would have excelled at United?
I don't think he would have.
Yeah, I personally think he would. I
I've,
think he's a quality
I've
number
watched
two.
this kid at Atletico. I watch
Yeah,
him day, week in, week out, and he's too inconsistent. Granted, he's coming from a coach who is a defensive coach. Ten Hag is
yeah,
more of an aggressive coach. Go do your own thing, but
yeah.
you
But
don't know until you see.
another thing, they would have taken him into the hyperbolic time chamber. Remember in
True,
Dragon Ball Z?
true, yeah,
Yeah,
of
that's
course.
what's happening with Sancho. That's what's happening with Sancho. You know, make him train alone.
I
Let the
hope,
guy, you know what I mean? Let the
I
guy,
hope.
meditate, Deepak Chopra settings, and then yeah, well, Abuye strong and there,
Can
yeah,
I
and
ask? Yeah,
so like as Sisha has mentioned, before you ask, Chelsea has an identity crisis at the moment, and calmness is needed. You see
true.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
even with him being there, dog, it's still hey, it's kusahlangahlangen lapho, mfethu. But anyways, really,
I wanted
you
to
can.
say, I wanted to ask you two, who give me
Yeah.
your ideal top three. I mean, front three. If
Or
everyone was fit and everyone was good for United.
you go
uh,
first.
X, no, you go first. This is your show, nigga. You go first. X.
All right, okay, fine. At United, fuck,
Yes, sir.
I'd still play Rashford on the left. Would everyone fit? Shit.
Everyone fit, bro.
Oh my god. Okay, I'd
that's
go
easy, man.
Rashford. I'd go Sancho. Because your boy Anthony, dog, right now, like he I don't know why, but he's too focused on using his left, And for
Yeah,
me, like when I look at Iron Robin also used to use his left, but he was very smart in how he used his left foot.
yeah,
He knew how to be effective with using one foot, and his decision making as well in the final third. Um, yeah, it's just also another thing. But yeah, now hey, he knows how to strike the ball, bro. You saw that goal yesterday. Hey, that dude knows how to bend that shit. I think that's what he needs to do. I think he needs to watch Iron Robin videos, bruh. Like,
yeah, yeah,
put him down. The Tenag needs to sit him down, and be like, bruh, you must watch how this guy plays.
yeah.
He uses one foot, but he is a problem. He's a nuisance. I even saw Sam yesterday. He even tweeted it to Anthony. Hey,
Mhm.
he's just up and down. But for me, I'd say Rashford, uh, Martial, Sam's boy, and
Mm.
Sancho. That would be my front three. Go on, Sam.
And you, Sam?
Veghorst at 9. On the wings, Sancho and Rashford.
Virgos. Okay. That, yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
anyone over Martial for me.
Okay. And then you said it. Hey, that's it.
Um, it's funny
Uh,
because Martial, okay, Martial is
yeah,
a
but
good
Martial
player.
is another flop that people need to.
Thanks, Sishle, thanks. Mm.
Hey, Sam, man, you're giving Sam fuel,
See, say the
unnecessary
stats
fuel, man.
agree with you. The
Yeah, they
stats agree
do.
with you.
They do.
The
As much as
stats.
would love Tony to return to the forms of his first season
Yeah.
at United, but
So for
yeah.
me, like, um, obviously Vegas isn't here yet, right? So I'm not gonna
Yeah.
put him into my front three, and mine's gonna be a bit weird, guys. I'm gonna put Ganacho on the left.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you like
I'm gonna put.
Ganacho, yeah.
I love Ganacho, dog. That kid's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yep,
put. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna put Rashford in the middle, and I know he's not
yep,
as effective, but I'm gonna put him in the
Yeah.
middle. And on that side, I'll put Sancho.
Now my thing
yeah.
is,
That one
my
is
thing
fine.
is, okay, that formation would work if you, of course, playing on the break, nah? Mostly.
Yes.
My thing is that when you're playing in low block, because it's in our issue, you know what our weaknesses as
We
Man
don't hold the
United.
ball.
We just, yeah, from a ball retention standpoint, we're not very good at breaking down teams that sit back. I mean, even Wolves, it, yeah, but at Wolves we had chances. Nah, dog, no, we did. Before Rashford's
Yep.
goal, we did. Garnacho was 1-on-1. Yes, it was the keeper's mistake or defender's mistake, but still, bro, he's meant to finish.
Yeah.
That's not our problem if Umuntu lahlile. So, yeah, man. It's really okay.
No, listen, mine is based on how we play. In an ideal
Yeah,
world with
yeah,
midfielders that can hold the ball, I think I'd probably play
yeah,
your front 3X. Because Sam, Vegas isn't here yet. That's the
Hey,
only
yeah.
of
reason.
course, of course, of course.
Yeah, we haven't
That's the
seen
only
it. What
reason
number is he
he's not in
wearing?
mine yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I'm very excited for the season.
No, most definitely. And of course, really, Tulane also concurs with you with regards to Felix, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
But for me,
Tulani.
man, yeah, for me, man, I still think from midfield, I think, yes, defensively, it's grand. We decent at the back, but I'd also like us, like I personally think we need a Frankie De Jong, like to
Yeah,
take it to the next level, bruh. For
yeah,
us
Yeah,
to go to the next level, Mpana Singene N1, when you join the freeway, dog, for us to be there. Dog, we need Frankie, bro, more than anyone. I would
yeah,
be super ecstatic if we get Frankie personally, like more than Enzo, because I see people are also leaning towards Enzo Fernandez. You know, I just think, Frankie, man, Frankie is different gravy, bro. Imagine Frankie and Casemiro in that midfield. Ooh. You,
So guys,
Skashabat,
guys,
Skashabat. Yeah,
sorry, I
yeah,
hear us talking about who we should get. I want
yeah.
to ask you guys, who should leave?
Who should leave?
Who should
Hmm.
leave?
You go
Sam,
um,
who
first,
should
man.
leave?
Aaron Wan Bissaka should leave.
Okay.
I think we should get someone who's competition to Diogo, but who's also good on the ball. I
Yeah.
think, yeah, Aaron is good for certain type of games, but if going forward, if there's going to be a style of play, I think he needs to go. I don't know how feasible keeping Captain Harry on the bench will be, but that's just simply because he holds the title of captain, but
Yeah.
he should go. He's definitely one player who should go, and then um, in the midfield, it's still fine. I like Scott and Fred
No.
coming off the bench. I still don't mind. Although, no ways Fred leaves.
I,
No
I don't
way.
want Fred to leave.
Fred is one of those. Fred is, well,
Yeah.
every time I think of Fred, I think of Shaka.
Yeah.
In a sense that he just needs to play alongside a player who is also good, and then
Yeah.
you see him play. And then I think in the forward line, the kids, I think Elanga can go out, whether
Woo!
it's
Yeah.
on loan or to be
I
sold.
know for free, dog. You can have whoever wants long I can get him. Hey.
Donny van der Beek confuses me. Yes, yes, but I think
He's
Akahambe.
he's so
something is happening.
unlikely though.
Yeah,
Hey.
something is just happening.
Man,
Isn't
I
it like,
shot in more or
yeah, I'm a
yes, man, I
chakras like
should fan. Oh, dog.
yeah, it's Manchester United. I'm a chakras like it just didn't align. But yeah, that being
Yeah,
said, I think yeah, I would want those guys to go.
X, do you
yeah, yeah,
concur?
yeah. Well, I concur with, okay. He said Aaron Wan Basak. Yeah, okay. It's just that I've seen improvements from him. Hey, this manager is just very good at bringing out the best in
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
So for me, okay, Aaron, yeah, he's still an op, even though I'm not gonna hate. I mean, I
Sure.
don't rate Scott, guys. I'm sorry.
Nam,
I just
I'm
don't
sorry.
rate Scott. He's old. Seram Scott. That's an old dude. That lighty, who's this guy? Menu,
Yeah. Oh, it's
look
nice. He's
more.
nice on the ball, eh?
Yeah, it's more composed than Scott, bruh. I was like, Scott, but 17, it's to Palama prelims. I
I
mean,
was I was
dog,
looking at it. I was looking at that kid and
Ah,
thinking, if that
mm,
kid can just bulk up a bit in the following years, hey, but he's nice on
yeah,
the ball, but he
He
likes
was
these
good, bro.
one touches too much, eh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's
Nkubuza
very good.
enye player esithengise last season then.
Ah,
I
yeah,
will say
Khadiza,
anything.
Khadiza.
Nyamazu Sam's gonna get very emotional when we talk about him. But yeah, Scott needs to fuck off. Maguire doesn't have the mentality for me personally. I don't think he has that thing that Licha has, that
Yeah,
aggression. Yeah, I'm the leader, I'm the boss, you know. And as well, yesterday they were the Balobam Mashibobo as well. Like it was just against Charlton, bruh. He just
Ushai
looked.
rugby tackle,
Did you see
Umakwabo.
what that guy?
I'm a so.
That guy ate him, bruh. He ate him clean. Phil Jones, I don't know when the fuck that guy's contract is coming to an end, but he needs to go.
You need to bounce, bro.
Ilanga, I've had it, bro, with Ilanga. I've had it
Same,
personally.
same.
I've given him too many chances, guys. We've
Yeah.
given him way too many chances, and
The
I
sad
think it's
the,
time for him to go. Yeah,
the sad reality about Ilanga, guys, is he wouldn't be here if Mason didn't fuck up. That's the
yeah,
truth. Because Mason
yeah. It
messed up,
really
and we
is.
looked at our academy and we're like, who's next? And he was next.
Yep, true.
Yeah, I
Um,
think even Pelestri is better than Ilanga.
true,
Pelestri is
true,
very
true.
composed
Yep,
as
this
well.
is nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I agree with
yeah. Of course, just to add
Tulani.
on, yeah, Tulani's one is clean. Like I'm not
Ah,
even
Tulani.
being.
inimyeke Scott Buffett.
Sam,
I
Nizomgcina.
what is this love
Scott,
affair with Scott?
Scott plays
Not
center back,
Scott,
dog.
guys.
Scott plays center back. He's a center
Uh,
back. Scott,
Not Scott, guys.
yeah. For me, I'm sorry, Scott. You know, he's got the heart, but I
But
just
he
think
exactly.
just doesn't have the ability.
like I said, yesterday's game for me just confirmed everything. But if
Yeah.
a 17-year-old comes in and is more composed on the ball than you are, and more and plays the simple balls, like my Manuel just came in and was like, okay, I'm not gonna be all fancy. I'm just gonna do the simple things, and that's it. You know,
And
and you
when
struggle.
he went off, I was so upset, bro. I was like, Kibano Scott, what's Scott
Yeah,
doing?
Mm.
What's Scott doing?
exactly.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Tilani, I completely agree with all of the people that you said. Guys, who else is on loan? I know Ahmad Diallo. I don't know who else.
on loan.
Is that
Diallo is looking. Hey, Diallo.
he's hot?
It's
Yeah, I know.
Diallo. It's Hannibal. Hannibal is at Birmingham, I think.
And by
Bailly is in the French league.
Marseille.
Plays
Guys,
for Marseille.
uBhayi usanda ukushaya umuntu i-kick. Nimbonile uBhayi. uBhayi is crazy, man. Ah,
Who did he kick?
I don't know, bro. Please search for that, bro. He's going in high tackle in the chest here. I'm
Is
like,
it on
nah,
Twitter,
bro.
bro?
I'm sure you will find it there. You will.
Let me just check if I can find it.
uBhayi, nah, man. You should follow that, bro.
Yeah. He's your other
Don't we
player.
have don't we have any other player on loan at Roma?
Who?
No.
Smallings. I'm kidding.
No,
That's the only player I know.
no,
It's
no.
Eric
Uh,
Bailly.
Our squad is very thin, eh, guys? It's very thin.
it's very.
Very,
It's very thin.
very.
That's why.
And I
That's
like
why.
the
Like,
oh sorry, Zoe dog. And I like the fact that our coach decided to take over the under 23s as well.
I
Yeah,
was
I
about
saw
to
that.
speak about
Yeah.
that. I was about to speak
Yeah.
about that because
Yeah,
we
let's
we
go.
can't look
Let's
at our
speak about it.
nominees. Got to look at our academy. Um. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see Ahmad back. Hannibal
Yeah.
too. I'd like. I don't know what's happening with Zidane Iqbal. I'd like to see him play.
Yeah.
But
Same here.
he's just sitting bench right now. Um. Yeah, but like I think X, you said it. We're one injury away from being in shambles, and that's what scares me.
In shambles. Oh, here's the
Yeah.
video.
Oh no way. No, bye.
Can you pause on the ground? Dog? For the last time. Oh.
Not buy. Oh my
uh,
god.
buy is crazy.
Uh, Yasitanya
Oh
le.
my god.
Ayikwazi ukudefend. Um,
Yeah.
X, if you can allow me to
Yeah.
ask really a question. I just wanted to ask, like, having been someone who's played football at that level, like where you join an actual academy and stuff, and I just want to know, like, how tough is it? Because and I'm asking that to say, being a professional sports person and making a living off it is something that people think, when they look at people who make it, think, okay. But then when you're in that academy, how tough is it there? Are you guys knifing each other out there? Or because I mean, you can imagine having the first team coach coming to your sessions.
Yeah.
Are you tackling each other mad there? And just generally, if it was a sample size, how many make it, like, as a percentage wise? How many really do make it?
From every academy, I'd say probably 1% make it, bro. 1% make
One.
it because especially if you're at a big club, because the number of players that are coming through. So for example, when I was at Malaga, Tuesday was the day when new like potential signees would come through, right? And on Tuesday, around what 20 to 30 new kids are coming through, and from all over the world. I'm talking Brazil, Spain. Okay, I was in Spain, Brazil, Spain, um, Croatia. You're hearing of countries like Gibraltar. You're like, who the hell is this guy? But this kid can play. So it was very intense, bro. And in that on that day, on that Tuesday, you have one or two training sessions to impress for them to say, please come Wednesday, please come Thursday, please come Friday. And those days that they're saying, please come, they're testing you.
Mm,
So it's incredibly tough, bro. And like you said, when you hear, okay, coaches watch first team coaches watching us today, everybody's like, you thought we were all on gear six, we're all training hard. But when they say coaches here, bro, like even the coach, like the session changes all of a sudden. Because
mm,
he also has to prove that, ayo, like the first team coaches here, I'm also here. I'm not treating these kids like they're kids. I'm actually
mm,
putting them at a certain level. So it's intense, bro. It's very hard. It's very hectic. And the saddest thing is when you get an injury and you can't perform. Because let's say you were killing it. Let's say you're midfielder, killing it. You get an injury. A kid who was miles behind you now has the opportunity to step into your position, and he
yeah.
obviously has that confidence now, and he can take your spot. So it's very intense, bro. It's very intense. It's very tough. um there's so many factors behind it, bro, like being away from home, not speaking the language, money, um getting to training, your boots. There's just so many things that people, like you say, people don't really realize. They think, oh, hey, look, this kid made it, must have been easy, all he had to do was go to training. Now, bro, it's very intense. And I don't know, X can tell you, my journey has not been easy, bro. It's still going right now, and it's still tough. So very interesting question, bro. And I feel like
Mm.
I need
Yeah.
to, that was that a media training session.
Yeah.
I didn't prepare to answer those
No,
questions.
no, no, no,
Thanks
no.
for that.
I know. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, guys. And then, guys, I heard that there's gonna be a wage cap at our
Yeah.
club.
Yeah.
200K per week. How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys think it's little for the club of our caliber? Do you guys think we it's adequate, or you guys can also come up with a figure that maybe if you guys feel like it's too much, 90,000 can be the cap. But I'll start with you, Sam. What do you think about
Mm,
that
no,
wage
no.
cap?
I think it's good. I think it's good in the sense that we were going very commercial about our decisions, right? And if you look at some of the monies that some of the people were on, right? David De Gea being the highest paid at 375. Our Pogba, I think, are getting 290. Rashford gets
Yeah,
250. I don't know how much. I don't know whether they're on 200s,
two
whatever.
fifty,
but then if you
two
look at
fifty months.
if
Yeah,
you look
man.
at yeah, exactly, if you look at the output of those people, and then one time, I remember looking at these salaries, and I looked at what Spurs were paying Son. I think it was 150. Mane was getting 150, and I'm
No,
thinking,
100. Mane was getting a
oh, it was
100.
was he getting 100? Okay,
Oh,
and I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, for Mane's output, in the end, he then looked at contracts and looked and said, no, I'm actually being underpaid here. But if we look at the output of those clubs, and if we look at the success that our Liverpool have also had, and City also doesn't pay extravagant salaries. They do give their Kevin De Bruyne's high
He's on
salaries,
370. Yeah, he's on 350, Kevin, I
but
think.
then if
Yeah.
you think about Kevin being on 350, then you think about our highest paid and us having achieved nothing all these past years. So the question is, what are you rewarding people for? So
Yeah.
if there is that cap, and if it's what they're saying is from commercial reasons or to get money back to pour it into other things, then I'm 100% for it, because I still feel like they live lifestyles that are crazy. So at 200,000 pounds a week as a cap, I think it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. And then when
No,
maybe
I have to agree. There's nothing more to add or to say. I mean, if for example, let's say it was based on the last 5 years and we were winning trophies, then players could have a say. You know, like
Mm,
why aren't I getting paid this much money? But in the last 5 years, we haven't done anything. You know, okay, Sharp Martinez has come through with the World Cup. He could have a say. You know, even though that's international club, very two different things. But yeah, no, I agree with Sam, bro. And another thing is when you sign a player, like when you sign a player who doesn't look at the money and he's looking at the badge and he's looking at the fact that he's playing football, that guy's going to perform. He's not worried about the money at the end of the day. Players who come through and the first thing they're talking about is money, wages, this, that. You already know that this player is not going to fight for the club. And like you said about Scott, Scott has got the mentality, he just doesn't have the ability.
mm,
So
mm.
yeah,
I feel like if you bring players that are at that 200 cap level mentally, they'll perform. That's what I. So I
that's
agree with you. Yeah,
yeah, and as well when you look at Liverpool as well, of course recently Salah's pay and rightfully so. I mean,
Yeah.
rightfully
yeah,
so. Like Salah, you
Mm,
can't hate, you know.
mm,
yeah,
But in previous seasons before the contracts were handed out to players, like these guys were getting modest amounts, bro. Like
yeah,
I think Van Dijk was the highest paid player there at Liverpool at two
yeah. He
something.
was.
And whereas we out here, Rash, who's the Sancho's on 350, De Gea 375, highest paid goalkeeper, and his contract is running out. But I did hear through the grapevines that he's willing to take a salary cut because he wants to be, of course, United legend. And by the way, guys, De Gea is one clean sheet away from equaling Peter Schmeichel's record, Premier League record. By the way,
I
just
did not
saying.
know that. I
Just
did
saying.
not
I
know
know.
that.
I know. Sam doesn't rate the hair. Do you rate the hair,
No, no,
Sam?
I do rate him. I do
You
rate
just
him. It's
don't
just
like
that
those sort of
it's
stats.
no, no, no. Yeah, it's painful for me because he has this, but it's like during a period where he has nothing really to show for it
But
about
but
Yeah,
that.
but but Sam, the hair has won us the league. He's won
Yeah,
the FA Cup.
of course.
He's
First
won the
season,
Carabao
yeah,
Cup.
yeah,
He's won
Europe.
trophies. Yeah, he's one of our oldest. Like he was in the Fergie regime, so he knows what the club used to look like, bro. You know,
Mm,
yeah.
he knows that the club used to be dope. And of course now things have changed and it has digressed, you know. But for me, I also do agree with you guys with the wage gap, but I'd like for us to increase it a bit because we Manchester United personally. It being at
What would you
200,
like?
I think it's too little. I just feel like it's too little at 200 personally, you know.
What would you take it to?
Personally, max would be where the hairs 375. That's where I'd max it. Like no player can go above this. You know what I mean? Like
I
Rashford right now, Rashford's about to sign a new deal as well because his contract is also expiring. He's on 250. So if he kills it this season and gets maybe plus 25 in all competition, you know, and then we win a trophy here and then we win and we also make Champions League. I mean, like he's gonna expect more than 250. I mean, he'll
yeah.
expect around. So that's why I'm saying, oh, Rashford, I'd give him 350 to 375. I wouldn't go above that amount if he wants an
But
increase.
X,
Yeah,
besides Rashford and De Gea, who else are you giving that money to?
that money
Casemiro?
too. Casemiro's already there. Yeah, Casemiro's
Yeah,
on
okay.
three
I know.
something.
Okay, I'm adding him to the
Yeah,
list. I'm saying, like, who else?
yeah. Okay,
Bruno.
so Dalo as well right now. I mean him, But I'm just saying, Dalo is wanted by Real Madrid, dog. That's another thing. Real Madrid want
Touche,
Dalo, bro, and he would
touche.
destroy it at Real Madrid because right now Carvajal is in the twilight of his career. So
Yeah,
essentially, I think Dalo would excel at Madrid way more than at United because there's better players, better system, language barrier. Everyone speaks Spanish, and I'm sure he understands Spanish when he's in. So, yeah, man, I think he would
I
smash it
hear
at
you. Yeah,
Madrid. Yeah,
I
yeah.
hear you.
So for me, I just want us to sikhuphule kancane, put it on the levels of our competitor again. Because I mean, clearly, City and Liverpool are doing something right. Because in the past 5 seasons, they're the two teams that are always challenging for silverware.
Yeah,
And even in the Champions League, Liverpool have reached three finals and won one. So it just shows you when there's something that they're doing right that we aren't, and there's no harm in copying your competitor at times. You can just
and
look.
we've got the money.
Yeah, of course, young Todd. And yeah, man, I'm just cool. I'm just happy that we're thinking along those lines now. Which there's a salary cap, and yeah, I still think we need the owners need to sell as soon as possible. That's for me. That would make my season personally, because I know in the long run, it's like planting a seed, bruh, like a senzu bean. As time progresses, this thing's gonna blossom. There's gonna be gang of them. And so that's what
Yeah,
I feel. Once we get owners who actually give a damn about our club, is when, yeah, the good old days will return. It'll be the good new days because we're gonna now start competing, even with Newcastle being there with their sugar daddies. We can still compete against these guys. We're not gonna
yeah,
struggle. But otherwise, and as well, from a from an expectation standpoint, bro, depending on where we finish this season, you know, if we finish in the top three, we win silverware. You know what I mean? Like he would have overachieved the Ten Hag, and then he would have cut the duration of the rebuild. Like
yeah.
he's
By yo,
for me,
by
yeah, he would have
years.
cut it by a lot of years. So that means that next season we can start knocking on the door. We can start being in contention. I'm not saying winning it, but with Man United now have the chance to
Can I
win this thing. Yeah.
can I say
So
X? Like as a fan, so
yeah,
the actual child in me was telling me that there's something in me is telling me if we beat City on Saturday, if there's a very big if, but
yeah.
if we beat City, uh,
I know it is. I know what this man's saying.
man,
Yeah,
I'ma say it. I'ma say it with my chest. I'ma say it with my chest.
yeah,
If we did City, the question is, and I think when we saw Klopp going head to head with Pep, right? The question
yeah.
then is, if you guys can beat City, so what's stopping you from beating anyone else? And we have already started beating anyone else. So if we get that confidence booster, hey man, I'm gonna be confident. I'm
Yes.
just putting it
Uh,
out there. I'm just putting it out there.
yeah, but that would be big,
Yeah.
guys. So if we beat City, bruh. And actually, you see the next three games. You see if we could win the next three games, guys. Are you aware that we're challenging?
We're
Like
challenging, dog.
we challenge, we're knocking at the door, and then Omutila, it's how many months has this nigga been at the job? Bruh? Like that's another
Bro,
thing. Like my feet so
bro.
low, bruh.
Yo,
Like
Sam, you brought up
yo,
another thing, dog. You
Okay,
brought
no,
up
Askis,
another
let
Sam,
us
thing.
bro.
skis.
I'm just saying. But like Sam, you are right, dog. It's possible, bruh. It really is possible, bruh. Like the next three games for me are really, really crucial, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like the next three.
Yeah.
And I just want to ask you guys in closing, how many points do you guys think we'll get out of uh the maximum nine? I'll start with you, Meg.
Give me the people we're playing against.
We play City, we play
City.
Palace, then we play Arsenal at the Emirates.
Hmm. Really? I'm gonna say six. I'm gonna say six.
Six. Fair, fair return. When
Mm. I'm also saying six, but I also I'm also not comfortable with losing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Mina,
Like,
Mina, guys,
yeah.
I say we're gonna win our two home games, and then at the Emirates we'll most probably draw, and I have seven.
Woo! So seven, huh?
I'm saying this with my chest.
Mm, mm.
We're gonna
Woo!
have seven.
X, please, can you invite me on the show after these three games? I'd like to
After
take a
Yeah,
three
watch.
games,
I thought this is what I'm telling you, dog, guys. Like I think our home games, man. Like we've only lost once at home. It
Yeah,
was against Brighton, and then I
yeah.
go and let's not even count the first two fixtures. Those two are, we gave everyone a head start. We're like, Kichi man, it's fine. You know.
Can we all three
Yeah.
agree that we're gonna finish top four?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think
definitely.
we can. I think we're gonna get top
Alright,
four
cool.
because even our rivals are struggling, bro. They
Yeah,
struggling. Tottenham play Arsenal this weekend. Where
and they're gonna
it's in
get
a week.
thrashed.
They're gonna get. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna lose to Arsenal, which will further open the gap, between us and them because we
Ish,
have a game in
but
hand
if
still.
if Conte can just do something there, boy.
Mhm.
So I think from a personality standpoint, he doesn't have
The players.
the
Hey,
players
I saw
that.
that. I know this happens every season, but I saw
Yeah,
that Kane might come to us. I know it's not
eh,
gonna happen, but that would have been amazing. That would have
eh,
been amazing.
yes, I know. Kane, fella, his contract runs out in 2024.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
and he didn't renew. So hey man, I think Kane would hit the ground running at United. Whether you we yeah, he may not be the most clutch guy, I mean in the World Cup ish against France. I still can't. I think that ball is still somewhere in the atmosphere. Like the way
in the
it flew
stratosphere.
out. It just yeah. And I think Ten Hag will get him into the right frame of mind. Bro, he'll make him believe that he's the best, and he'll hit the ground running with Kane. Kane will score gang, and I mean him and Rashford play for England, and in the World Cup you saw they linked up very well. I
Yeah,
mean there was that game where Rashford scored a brace, a free kick, and the third goal for England. It was Wales. It was against Wales.
Wales, yeah.
Third goal was assisted by Kane to Rashford. So like I think he'll just hit the ground running, bro. He might pull a RVP. I mean, remember RVP, dog?
oh,
Came
that
off
nigga
the
won
bench
us
and
the
scored
title.
a hat trick in his first game, and then the rest
That
was
nigga won us
history.
the title.
Yeah, yeah. And his son plays for what I can find on it,
I know
the
it.
under
Yeah,
17. Yeah, yeah, he plays for the under 17. Oh, Shaquille. Yeah,
and
Shaquille.
Romeo's at um, Brentford B.
Brentford
They
B.
just
Yeah,
Yeah.
finished
hey
second.
man. Hey, I know he's a brand. He's a brand, Romeo already.
Yeah,
Just for him, that surname J alone, J. It's guap. It's like James. It's like James, LeBron James. Yeah, 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 yeah. But anyway, guys, in closing, did you guys wanna add anything? Because I feel like we
Uh,
discussed what
I
what.
wanted to add something, which is, and I'm not trying to make this a bit serious, but
Mm.
I saw a quote by Adriano. Remember Brazilian Adriano,
Yeah,
of
who
number
course.
played
yeah,
at
yeah,
Inter and stuff, and it was a quote about how his career kind of veered off, and he was just speaking about how he wasn't taken care of at the time where he needed time. So I know we're speaking about Jaden, and he's and apparently he's going through mental issues, and then it just made me realize, like, the way those guys are taken care of now in this day and age is so much different, because we lost
Yeah,
so many ballers early, bro. We used to see a lot of people, and you like speak about, especially those from like South America as well.
yeah.
yeah,
Abo Pato, I don't know what used to happen to their careers at a certain point where they would just fizzle out. So
yeah,
just the way the Sancho situation is being handled was just interesting to me, in the sense that, yeah, it's looking at the mental side of things. You obviously want him to come back 100%, and Marcus as well. There was talks that mentally he was not right as well last time. So maybe this is the future, in terms of like dealing with these stars, because everyone thinks you're a star, 250,000, So I just found that interesting. So yeah.
it is, it is,
Yeah,
it
and
is.
and as well, I feel like you see that's what Jesse Lingard needed. You see, if
Yeah, yeah,
Ten Hag was our coach last season, Jesse Lingard would have gotten that as well on his end because he was also
yeah.
going through a lot,
Mm,
But yeah, man, Sam, I feel like in any sports, it's all up to here, dog. It's all here, bro.
mm,
All here, bro. Even in
Facts.
tennis, plus I love the Australian Open, bro. When I look at a tennis player like Djokovic, he may not have the flair of Federer, but the man is locked in, bro.
mental. Yeah. Yep.
Mentally, he's very tough for Djokovic, and it's hard beating him because here he's got it on lock,
Yeah.
Mm,
and once you've got this on lock, bro, even Mbappe in the World Cup, Mbappe proved to me that hat trick, man.
Ice,
He's got
ice.
ice in his vein, man. That's
Yeah,
pressure, bro. That's pressure. And this guy went the same way 4 times just to show you how confident he is. It's like I'm gonna hit it again and again and again, you know. And it's ice in his veins, bro. That's what makes you as a play. That's what makes you memorable. Yeah,
mm,
bro. It's like same thing with when you look at a player like Zidane. Zidane had a lot of memorable moments. 98 World Cup, Euro 2000, Champions League, that volley,
yeah,
you know, him chowing Brazil in the World Cup, him headbutting Materazzi. He's just got a lot of memorable moments, and yeah, man. I just think we're going in the right direction, gents. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, I am confident that things are gonna change. Next year, around this time, we're gonna be top of the log, you know.
Bachel. Bachel, boy.
Yeah, guys. But anyway, guys, thank you so much now for availing yourselves, man. Like
always.
much appreciated.
Cheers, brother.
I'd like to have a Man United talk on the weekly, guys. I'm not sure if you
Yeah.
guys are available, but I'll of course ensure that I double check and triple check with you guys now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure, man.
All right, know, guys. Take care now.
Peace
Peace.
out.
Later.